Imagine that the whole of TWS sold in India is from one retail market, one shop for the whole country, and you had visited this particular shop between January 2021 and March 2021, and you had asked the shopkeeper to give you 100 of the most selling TWSs of this whole period. 7 out of that 100 will be this thing right here, the boAt Airlopes 131, and 28 out of that 100, almost a third, will be from this particular brand boAt. I don't think anyone watching this would not have heard of the brand boAt. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I don't think anyone living in the urban areas aged between 16 and maybe 24, 25 would not have heard of this brand. Such is the position of this brand. And in case you somehow, for some weird reason, you don't know about boAt, then this is what you should know about boAt, the bare minimum. It is an Indian company which has a strong foothold in the TWS market of the country, accounting for almost 40% of the market in the second quarter of 2021. To give context, the next 3 companies combined just account for 30%, and they have been doing this for quite some time while also being in business since just 2016. But if you ask enthusiasts about this company, depending on whom you ask, you might get reviews ranging from mixed to extremely negative. But who am I to say all of this, right? I'm definitely not an audiophile. I know quite a few things about the audio side, but definitely not by any means an audio enthusiast. But I know a few people who are. So I asked a few enthusiasts what their opinion was on boAt, and they said this. Ranjit, aka Geeky Ranjit, said that he has stopped covering boAt products on his channel simply because their sound signature is bass and nothing else. Ashwin, aka Technology Jog, said that he tested some speakers from boAt and those were pretty good, but all the other devices were below par, and that there are much better products for the price, while also adding that the products that he tested were from March 2020 and that their post 2020 products could be better. And I also asked one person who in my opinion is one of the most enthusiastic audiophile, who is Irshad from My Smart Price, indirectly, and this is what he had to say. He said that while he had tested only a handful of boAt products, almost every one of them sounded trash. So if you just depend on the opinions of this enthusiast, you might form an opinion that boAt is a poor company and that it is not very popular. But as we saw in the beginning, they are anything but non-popular company. Naturally, I had this question. How did they become this popular? How was it possible? And it didn't take much time for me to figure out how they figured this whole thing out. What gives boAt the high ground and how they are sailing over the tide? It is just one word, but that one word is a very impactful word. It is marketing. This, I feel, is a perfect example of how marketing can take a product in the strictly average category and make it to seem as if it is a revolutionary product. In India, we love luxury, but we won't pay for it. That is why Apple hasn't actually enjoyed widespread success in India. They have only 3% of the Indian market compared to 20% or 15% of the global market. They do offer luxury, but we won't pay for it. Just how it is over here, Tim. And that is something that boAt has realized. They are trying to offer luxury while also not charging a hefty premium for it. But how they do this, it is not quite foolproof. They just add premium wherever it makes sense to add the word, be it the color of the product, the description of the product, and of course the best of all, calling this sound premium. How exactly do you measure the worth of your sound signature so as to term it premium? Also, the sound signature is one filled with a lot of bass. Is that what they're calling premium? Because if they are, it's not exactly world-class sound signature. But anyway, whatever they're doing, it is working. Continuing with things India specific, the 3 major sources of entertainment in India are cricket, movies, and of course music. And the boAt marketing team was like, okay, why not have people from all of these as our brand ambassadors? And that turned out to be one of the most crucial decisions that the boAt team has ever taken, and they roped in a lot of celebrities as their brand ambassadors. And they roped in Karthik Aaryan, Diljit Dosanjh, Kaira, Dwani Neha, Kakkar Nezi, Guru Randhwa, Jacqueline Fernandez, Hardik Pandya, KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan, Jasprit Bumrah, Rishabh Pant, Prithvi Shaw, Shreyas Iyer, and maybe even more people that would have fallen under my radar. Someone should just make a rap with these names of the boAt ambassadors. Kathakarin, Karawatani, Dichitosa, Neka Kakanezi, Guru Ronda, Jackal Pendant, Sadik Pante, Kale Rao, Shikarta, and Jackal Risha, Prithusha, Price Iron. Like I mentioned, endorsing these celebrities turned out to be one of the most crucial decisions that the boAt team has ever taken, and dare I say, one of the best decisions that the team has ever taken. And these celebrity endorsements, they work all the time. A Taiwanese study has actually shown that consumers tend to remember the campaigns that are endorsed by the celebrities even if they're not fans of those superstars. I feel boAt has done a good job to make sure that the people viewing these marketing campaigns make sure to remember the name of the brand and not just the celebrities which are endorsing the product, which can usually happen in celebrity endorsements. They have done this very intelligently by making these stars wear an apparel with a big and bold boAt logo on them. Not this logo, of course, the boAt logo. Well, speaking about the boAt logo being plastered all across, you know what I'm talking about, right? Let's talk about boAt in IPL. It is almost impossible to watch an IPL match and not see a boAt logo. It is present everywhere, be it the advertising board, the player's cap, basically anywhere in the stadium. And also it is not restricted to just inside the stadium. They also have made these IPL teams themed hearables like TWS earphones and headphones. They are also the official audio partner of 6 out of the 8 IPL teams. I'm not quite sure why a cricket team would need an audio partner, but anything for money, I guess. What this does is it establishes a connection between the consumer and their favorite IPL team, and boAt acts like this angelic middleman. They are also very proud of this and they proudly flaunt this in the paperwork that comes with the product. Now, if you thought that this is just restricted to the IPL alone, you are wrong. boAt has also been a partner of the Lakme Fashion Week, which some people consider to be the Mecca of fashion in India. And they have also partnered with Sunburn, which is Asia's largest music festival. Through this, they make sure that boAt is being noticed by the people watching these events. And you can help me get noticed by other people by hitting that like button and also subscribing if you are in the mood. Thanks. And you know, which is another way to get people to notice your brand? Make good and unique designs. Apart from boAt, I feel also Oppo and Vivo goes by this principle. 3 of these companies make outstandingly well-designed products to get the attention of the consumers. This is extremely evident in the case of boAt AirDops 511V2. Horrible name but sweet design. So this AirDope had this extremely cool design of opening the case by sliding out the top part. Another case is the boAt AirDops 631. At this point, I might need to make a dedicated video ranting about the horrible name scheme of boAt. Anyway, coming back to the design, even though the boAt AirDops 631 isn't unique by the design, you can't deny it is flashy, especially in this yellow-blue color. Almost all of the remaining AirDops do come in flashy colors if they don't impress by their design. But it's not all smooth sailing for boAt though, pun intended. There are some major tides that boAt needs to turn. Again, pun intended. The potential for boAt puns is horizonless here. Again, pun intended. boAt is very proud of being Indian. They have launched campaigns which says proudly Indian, and their website describes themselves as a self-discovery as an Indian, fearlessly rock in India, and finally made in India by an Indian brand. It all seems so patriotic and nationalist, and naturally you would assume that boAt is trying their best to manufacture everything in India. But that's where things fall apart really. You might form an opinion that boAt manufactures everything in India, or at least a majority of everything that they sell in India, right? No, that couldn't be farther from the truth. boAt manufactures 90% of their products from a country that doesn't particularly have a good relation with India, which is China.
43 Chinese apps have been banned by the Indian government. With this, more than 200 Chinese
The
apps
sheer suddenness of the move.
Breaking news that's coming in right now. Face-off between Indian and Chinese troops last week.
The unexpected nature of the move. The unpredictability of the
Now,
move.
boAt says they're actively trying their best to bring this whole manufacturing unit into India. And they really are. Until February 2020, all of their products, 100% of their products were manufactured in China. And within 1.5 years, they have reduced that proportion to 90%. But still, to have 90% of your products made in India and also have the audacity to post tweets like this, that really angered a lot of people. You could argue that initiating and continuing a business in this competitive industry, it cost more than an arm and a leg, right? And that they should begin by outsourcing these from maybe a cheaper country. I kind of agree, but there's always a but. There is Micromax. Micromax also goes very hard on this made for India by India ideology, but they also manufacture their products in India itself. They used to just rebrand their phones that they get from China, but they have learned their lesson now. And also, it's not like boAt doesn't have the fund to start up a factory in India. They are now valued at 2,000 crore INR and they're planning to go public next year, eyeing for a valuation of over 10,000 crore Indian rupees or $1 billion US, which is a lot of money. Maybe boAt is waiting for their IPO to shift this whole manufacturing department to India. Let's at least hope so. You saw this coming, didn't you? The biggest con that every audiophile and enthusiast have about boAt is surely the sound quality. They just simply don't tune their sound signature as well as others do. And they also have this tendency to go overboard with the bass, which if not done well is a turbulent experience. Ever since the smartphone companies like Realme, Oppo, OnePlus and also Xiaomi to some extent have entered the TWS market, they have started providing awesome value for money and also fantastic audio quality. The likes of OnePlus Buds Z, Realme Buds Q2 and also the Encore lineup from Oppo has been very well received. And now that the audience has slowly realized that they can get top quality audio in this segment too, there's no reason for boAt not to increase their spending on the sound quality and really tune the sound signature. Now, I'm not saying that bass is bad. There are clearly a lot of people who have fallen in love with bass, but as far as I hear, the implementation of boAt is below par and the sound quality is not something that is worth the price that they're putting on that tag. This is something that I'm pretty sure you would not have considered. People like you and me make most of our tech purchase online and it's easy to ignore the other end of the spectrum, which is the offline market. But according to Grandview research, 53.4% of the revenue from TWS actually comes from the offline channel, and that is why it becomes so crucial to these TWS manufacturers. Although boAt was a bit late to react to the offline channel, they have done well to introduce their products in the brick and mortar stores. And as of today, 15 to 20% of their revenue comes from the offline channel, which is a very decent percentage. But they would of course be having their eye on increasing that proportion because as a matter of fact, 80 to 90% of India shops offline, and boAt wouldn't obviously want to miss on this boat. Yeah, sorry, bad joke. Yeah, sorry. Just ignore that I said that. Thanks. But then, given that the pandemic has really changed the consumer behavior, it might take a couple of years to really have the physical stores at their real peak. And boAt can take this time to improve their offline channel distribution even more. That really was a long video, and the key takeaway from this video should be this. boAt is a fantastic company, and as Sudeep said, they have found their stand. But they are popular just or at least mostly because of their marketing, and they really need to figure out some way to tune their sound quality better. Also, I don't see a point in blaming the marketing department, honestly. It's their job. Their job is to make sure that whatever product the company have launched, whether good, whether bad, whether average, they have to make sure that the consumers know about this and also make it seem like this is a revolutionary product. So can't really blame the marketing department, but can blame the sound tuning department. That is, if they have one, of course. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked what you saw, then definitely make sure to hit that like button. And before we finish off things, I just want to say this. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm just 17. So whatever I have said in this video is from what I have absorbed by asking others and also using and researching this company and their products. And also this is from the point of a tech enthusiast and definitely not an expert. I also want to say one thing before I finish up. I'm very sorry for being inconsistent. I am now in my 12th standard and I obviously have to focus on my studies. So that is why I can't devote myself completely to making videos. I just make videos whenever I get the time to. But that's not to say that I'm abandoning this channel, obviously not. I love tech and I also love making videos, so I can't abandon this all of a sudden. So the videos will be there, but the frequency will be low. I really thought I should clarify the reason for not making videos regularly, and that's why I thought I'd add this in the video. That being said though, that's it for today. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Whenever that is. Yeah. But I know quite a few things about, because that is not even by the enthusiasts.